What's going on, guys? It's Cacti Man here. And before I start this video, I wanted to let you guys know that I plan on starting a new series called, well, it's just called Questions, you know. And I wanted to basically start this series because I know people have a lot of questions about growing dragon fruit, and more so specific questions about growing dragon fruit that I just can't cover extensively in one video. So what I wanted to do was, after this video, which is the first video about questions, is a common question that I usually get, is that I want you guys to leave any comments or questions or anything in the comments below, and if I see it and I like it, I'll pin your comment to the top and I'll give you a little shout out in the next video, and I'll make a video about the question you have, because I was beginner once and I had a lot of questions and I know that I can't remember them all, so it'd be nice to have a little refresher and to have a little more engagement with my community. But yeah, anyways, so the first question, right? So tell me if this sounds familiar. So you have your dragon fruit, you know, you've had it for a couple years. Every year around June, around April, whatever, you start to see flowers pop up, and you've seen them hundreds of times. You have a lot of flowers, they've all opened up, they've bloomed, but not once have they given fruit. Well, why is that? Well, unfortunately, the most likely reason for that is that your dragon fruit is what's called self-sterile. All right, so to go down to the very basics, what it is that your dragon fruit is not able to pollinate itself while most can. So you got unlucky and you got the one dragon fruit that isn't able to set fruit on its own. But you know, it's a pretty easy fix. So let's say this one is a self-sterile dragon fruit, and this dragon fruit also happens to be white. So if my dragon fruit isn't setting pollen on its own, then all I need to do is get pollen from a different color, which is the most basic I can go. There is more to it, and it has to do with varieties and species and genetics and how similarly genetically similar plants are. But when it goes down to the very, very basics, what you want to do is just get pollen from a different colored dragon fruit and pollinate your dragon fruit. So if I wanted to pollinate the self-sterile white dragon fruit, I would get pollen from a red dragon fruit. Now, there's a lot of people, sorry about that. Now, there's a lot of people around the world who will be able to help you get pollen, either your neighbor, friend, someone online, and a lot of the times they'll help you do it for free. Or you can do what I do and grow a whole bunch of different varieties of dragon fruit, you know. So right here I can have up to 4 varieties at once. So around this time I have a lot of different pollens and I can cross-pollinate them and all that. I'm also one of the unlucky guys who has a white dragon fruit that's self-sterile. So as you can see, this plant right here also has a fruit right here, and it's self-sterile. And how did I do it? Well, like I said, I took a pollen from a red dragon fruit and I pollinated this flower. And my right dragon fruit is right here, actually, Condor. So this one's red. I took this red pollen from this flower and I pollinated this flower with the pollen, and boom, now I have a fruit. And I found out the hard way that this is self-sterile, actually. You know, last year I had flowers for the first time on this plant, and I pollinated it with its own pollen and nothing. Big heartbreak year, but now I know better, and now I'm telling you guys. So yeah, now I have fruit, and it all comes down to cross-pollination. Well, hopefully this answers you guys' question about how to set fruit, and hopefully now next year you'll have fruit on your dragon fruit that you've had flowers for a very long time. And yeah, don't be afraid to go to Home Depot or somewhere and get a new colored dragon fruit. It only helps in the long run, and you have more fruits overall. But yeah, guys, happy fruiting. Hopefully you guys get fruit next year from this tip. And if you have any questions, like I said, leave it below and I'll shout you out in the next video, and I'll make a video on your question. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. See ya.